I hope you're ready to start with the warm-up, so meet me on your feet. Feet shoulder width apart. Get a little micro bend into your knees. Pelvis, spine is neutral. And get your hands onto your rib cage here from the side so you can relax your shoulders. Take a moment to feel your body, to connect with your body, and start with your feet. So let's start to shift the weight from the toes to the heels, and then from the heels into the toes. The movement doesn't have to be super big, just teeny tiny shifting movements so you can keep all 10 toes long on the mat. And then allow the movement to get tinier. So I want you to shift your whole body weight between those 3 points, the ball of your big toe, the ball of your tiny toe, and the heel. Okay, so we have one line with your ears, shoulders, hips, and heels. So try to keep that centered feeling, and then breathe into your hands, and use the exhale to awaken your powerhouse. So breathe into your rib cage. And as you exhale, pull the navel in towards the spine. Keep that abdominal tension as you breathe into your hands. And exhale, reduce the distance between belly and back, also activating your pelvic floor, and release the pelvic floor as you inhale. So close your body's openings as you exhale. Inhale to release. Really creating that lovely corset feeling, so close the rib arches. You can also help the rib arches to close with your hands softly. And then keep breathing like that, softly tucking your chin to your chest to create length in your neck, and then drop the arms. So try to keep that power of your powerhouse and lift the left arm up to the ceiling. From here, we start to lengthen the arm. So with your inhale, lengthen and move into a side bend to the right. And then slowly return with your exhale. Keep the shoulder down. It's only about lengthening the arm, not lifting the shoulder. So inhale to lift and to lean over. And then bring it back with the exhale. Let's add a rotation. So keep the pelvis neutral and then look down to the ground, rotate. Look forwards again, inhale, and try to pull the left ribs towards your pelvis with your exhale. Breathe in. Rotate with your thoracic spine. Come back and release. So keep the feet grounded. Press these 3 points, ball of your big foot, ball of your tiny toe, and the heels into the ground. By pressing the feet into the ground, you can lift and lengthen the spine a bit more. Go for the last round. And meet me in the neutral spine position. Drop the arm and observe the feeling afterwards. Maybe you have that monkey arm feeling, the left arm quite longer than the right arm. Of course, we want to move the other side as well to balance the body. So from here, we're gonna start with the right arm. Inhale, lift and lengthen, move over into the side bend to the left. Return with your exhale. Try to pull the shoulder blades down into the lower back softly so the shoulders are not lifting. Let's add the rotation. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, rotate so the right shoulder is moving slightly forwards. Bring the shoulder above the left shoulder and return. Keep that micro bend in the knees. And keep the powerhouse engaged. so you can control the pelvis a bit more. Let's go for 2 more rounds. Good job. So you want to work like a screw. So you not only want to rotate, you want to lift and rotate to create more space in your spine. And then when you've returned, drop your arms. I hope both arms are equal long now. You get some softness into the side of the body. Now let's bring the balls of your hands onto your pelvis bones here. You can feel them here. So just touch your body to locate them. Bring the thumbs and the index fingers together so you create a little triangle shape here with your hands. And then we're gonna start moving the pelvis. So inhale, you move the triangle, the hips forwards. And then exhale, you move the pelvis posterior, so backwards. Yeah, maybe you're very familiar with classic mat work Pilates. We're used to do this exercise in a supine position, so lying on the back, called pelvic clock. And this movement is also possible in standing, as you can see. And this movement, especially moving the pelvis backwards, so the sit bones are melting down and the lower back is lengthening. And the most important thing, the powerhouse is engaging. So that can be very helpful to find your balance, or in your everyday life when you have to carry heavy things. This activation will support your lower back. Yeah, so maybe you want to use that power in your everyday life as well to protect your body, to keep your body strong and without pain. Okay, so keep moving like that, but make sure now not to move into the hollow back, just come back to neutral and exhale, tuck the tailbone under. So the aim is to move, to pull the pelvic line towards the ribs. So the distance here between ribs and hips is getting smaller. And we're gonna use that movement with the exhale to lift the left knee to cross the body. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, pull the hip line towards the ribs and to open. So with using the powerhouse, you reduce the strain, the stress here on the hip flexor. So we're not only lifting the leg with the iliopsoas, but also with the powerhouse. Okay, when you got that, keep moving. Start the exercise with your powerhouse with centering. We're shifting the weight. So the movement is getting bigger. Shift the weight. So exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, step. Let's make the movement a little bit bigger. We lift the back leg. Exhale, up. Inhale, lift the back leg. Maybe that's it for today for you. Maybe you want to add the arms a little bit more. Whoop. It's the left arm that is reaching diagonally forwards, palm down. And then you flip the palm up. So we have an internal and external rotation of your arm and your shoulder. So really reach, lengthen. Yeah, you also maybe move like this in your everyday life. When you're cleaning your house, for example, you have to reach into the corner. Yes. Okay. Keep moving, keep growing, keep lengthening. And always think about that tuck. When you lift the knee, lift with your powerhouse. Okay. When you're on the left foot again, hold it for a second. Try to look down to the floor, so to keep the neck long. And then we're gonna just lift and lower the right hip. So inhale, you're gonna lift the right hip up, so we open up those hips. And as you exhale, bring the hip down next to the left hip. So we're leveling the hips. Inhale to lift, and exhale to close the hips. Keep going. So we're strengthening the stabilizer muscles around the foot, the knee, the hips, the back muscles, core is engaged. Let's go for 4 more rounds here. When you're feeling very comfy, you can also look to the side as you inhale. And exhale, you look down to the floor. So it will be a bit more unstable. Yes, and exhale down. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through pursed lips. 1 more. And then keep the hips closed. Breathe in, bend the left knee. And breathe out, stretch the left knee. Breathe in, right arm back. And then breathe out, switch the arms. Breathe in, switch the arms. Bend the left knee. Breathe out, stretch. Yes, move the whole body. With the arms as well. Last 3. Whew. Hip stabilizers are working. Last 2. Feet muscles are working as well. Last 1. And then bring the right foot back onto the ground, roll up and recover for a second. So let's make the spine a little bit more flexible and releasing the tension in between. So just bring the hands onto your thighs, feet are shoulder width apart and parallel. And with a long spine, you hinge forwards, inhale. And now exhale, round your back, look to your belly button and roll up. Whew. Inhale, lean forwards with a long spine, breastbone is growing forwards. And exhale, round, pull the shoulder blades apart. Enjoy this little wave here for your spine to create more flexibility, more freedom in your back. Last one. Keep the knees bent so you can extend the spine a bit better. And then when you arrived in that upright position, just hold it, maybe bring the hands back to that triangle position, the knees softly bend, and then let's go for the pelvic clock again. Tuck the tailbone under, the sacrum as well, and then arch your spine. Exhale. Inhale. Of course, the glutes are helping, but try to think more with the abdominals, lifting the pelvic line up towards the hips. The ribs, and inhale forwards. Okay, we're gonna tuck the tailbone under with the exhale, yes, but now with the inhale, just come back to neutral. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, and just come back to neutral, yeah? No hollow back anymore. When you've found that, we're gonna add the knee lift, this time the right knee. So tuck the tailbone under first, then lift the knee. Inhale, tap back to neutral. Yes, so this kind of centering and knowledge of your body can be so helpful to reduce stress on body parts that might be very tensed. So the hip flexor, especially that muscle, is tending to be very short because we sit a lot in our everyday life. So not let's only lift the leg with the hip flexor, but get the support here of your powerhouse. Okay, then let's shift, allow the movement to get bigger. Yes, and then allow to lift the back leg up. Yes, and shaking around is quite normal, as you can see. That's okay. That's pretty important to add a little challenge, because when you feel safe, when there's no balance challenge, the deep core is not working. So go ahead and try. The worst thing is that you can fall out of the position, but it's not pretty bad because then you just come back. Okay, let's add the right arm. Whenever you're ready, turn the palm up and turn the palm down. So external, internal rotation. Imagine you need to lift the leg over a kind of, box or something, or your child, and you don't want to hit the head. Okay. And with the next round, stay on the right foot, finding your balance. Okay, so look down and then keep the standing leg, your right leg bent, and we're gonna lift and lower the left hip. So inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Be aware of your hip position. So inhale, we open up with the glutes and the outer thighs and with lots of more muscles, and we lower down. Check your shoulders, they are away from your ears. The standing leg is always bent a bit. Last two. Use the power of the breath. Exhale through pursed lips. This will activate your transversus abdominis and the deepest back muscles. Then keep the hips closed whenever you're ready, and then bend the standing leg. Inhale and exhale, stretch. Bend and press the heel of your right foot into the ground to come up with the glutes. And then don't forget to switch the arms. And a switch. Lengthen the left leg to the back. Lengthen, fingers in the crown of the head, forwards. Last two. Hips are leveled. One more. And then with your inhale, bend the knees, drop the foot, and roll back up. Yes, maybe you want to go for that wave again. So inhale with a long spine hinge forwards. Exhale, round. It's like a wonderful massage for your spine, for your back. Just one more. And then relax. Good job.